So I was like kind of trying to organize some of this stuff. Like actually I was putting away some of these things and I realized I don't have cases for all of these. I don't have a lot of places to put a lot of the little things, just the, you know, the little stuff. Like where does this go? These little things.
What even is that?
Teemu messaged me while I'm in the middle of like trying to figure out where to like put stuff. And I thought, you know, this is a really good opportunity to grab a whole bunch of stuff for storage and organization, because I think this is something that Teemu is actually very good for, because there's a lot of stuff on Teemu and it can get overwhelming. And sometimes you look at it all and you're like, I don't know what to get. Well, if you get your storage stuff there, instead of going out and buying it for a really high price, you can get a lot more for a lot less. So that's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to get all kinds of bins and storage and different shelf things, and we'll have a bit of fun organizing our space. Get your stuff organized, get it off the ground, and store it. So this time I've got coupons for everybody, whether you've used Teemu or not. We've got a $20 off coupon. Now, if you've never used Teemu, you'll get a little bit of a better deal, because if you spend $21, then you qualify to get $20 off. So you can get, you know, $21 worth of stuff for $1. If you've already used Teemu before, then you'll have to spend a little bit more, but you can still get the $20 off. The coupon code is KCJ7779. I'll put all this stuff down in the description. Also, there's a QR code here. Now, full disclosure, I don't use any apps on my phone, but if you want to do, you know, an app on your phone, if that's how you do things, you can use the app and get all this stuff on the app. So all the information for all the stuff I'm getting is all going to be down in the description. The information about the coupon is going to be down in the description, and the QR code is currently right about here on the screen until now. It's gone. You got to rewind. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about all the stuff that I'm going to be using. All right, so I've got a lot of games, and sometimes I don't have the full boxes. I've just got them, you know, in CD-ROM format or whatever, but maybe you got a bunch of music or whatever. Well, these are extremely handy. And I've got the triple tier, the 3 layers. You can get double layer, maybe a couple double layer would be good, but the 3-tier one's only like $1 more. So I grabbed the 3-tier one. I kind of wish I'd gotten 2 because I do have some more CDs. But anyway, you know, puts together very, very easily, just 4 little metal poles. And then you stack these on top. Now these are plastic sleds or plastic trays. And then the sled goes on top of that, so you can easily remove this. If you really wanted to get creative, you could actually have a shelf with just the plastic and put stuff there, and then have the sleds or the trays separately and have 6 places to store things instead of just 3. You could do that if you wanted to. So anyway, I've found this to be a really easy way to manage all of my CDs, and I love the fact that it slides out. So that's what I got for CDs. For my cassettes, I got a few different things. So this super USB cassette capture, it's weird, right? So why would I want to capture cassette stuff? Well, I've got these cassettes right here. These are blank cassettes. Some are type 1, some are type 2, and I was recording some just ridiculous dialogue and voice stuff that I'm going to import into this little game I'm working on. And this, I plugged it up, and it didn't require any drivers, even though it comes with a mini CD for your drivers, but it didn't require any drivers, and it showed up in my copy of Windows 10. And I was able to just hop into Adobe Audition and capture the audio straight from my cassette tape, and it worked without any power or anything like that. It got it all from USB-C. So I think it's really cool that we have a cassette capture device that looks like an old Walkman, and it works. How weird is it to see USB Type-C on a cassette player? Like a little Walkman looking thing. I ended up accidentally not doing it in the right order, but whatever. I wanted some more of these GAN charging devices. So I got one of these. It's a 65 watt fast charging. They say fast charge. It's just a 65 watt GAN charging device. And these are really, really small for 65 watts because gallium nitride is what's used on the inside. And that can get it can do a lot more power before becoming too hot. That's what it is. So gallium nitride is where it's at. And I was charging my new Geekom laptop, the one I'm going to be making a video on very shortly. Been charging that with it just fine, and it works just like the one from the factory. So I got that one. And it's only a one deal. I also got a gallium nitride charger that has multiple ports. 2 of them are 30 watt, and then the rest are just like your regular, I think they're 5 watt or whatever. But that one can charge a whole bunch at the same time, while the other one's just for the laptop. Next up, I always like to have one of these. I always feel like I'm lacking. I grabbed the Type C, actually, gigabit Ethernet, and it's just because it was really inexpensive, and I had another one of these that looks just like it, but I found out it was only 10100, so I just wanted to have this in my bag. So now I've got an extra one in my bag, so whenever I travel, I always have gigabit Ethernet in my pocket. So I also got this. I found a box of old cassettes and videos and stuff. So I'm going to be using this to just bring them into the computer. I can't show you right now because I haven't found a good VCR. So don't know if I want to show you the stuff that I'm going to be capturing because it's stupidity from when I was like in high school and we would just run around and throw things and scream and videotape that because before YouTube, that's what you did, right? I'm glad that stuff's not on YouTube. Just running around, literally that's what it was, running around screaming, throw things, hitting each other with doors. Like, yeah. I'll be capturing all that stuff. Maybe I'll show you some of it one of these days. Anyway, back to storage. So this is just a long storage box, and I got it mainly for what you see in the picture right here. It's good for just using in the bathroom toiletries, being able to move them easily. The main thing with something like this is at a certain point, you're going to have stuff on your counter, right? If you have it all in one of these bins, whenever it's time to clean off your counter, you just pick up the bin, move it aside, clean the entire counter. You don't have to like grab 50 different things and be like, where do I put them all while I'm cleaning? Well, just keep them in a bin, move them to the side, then you can clean. So that's my little tip there. All right, next up, I got a bunch of these little things, just plastic organizers with lids. This cable was on my desk and it was bothering me, so it ended up in one of these. Whatever else, this is the stuff I keep on my desk. It's just a whole bunch of USB adapters. I actually got this one on Teemu, this right angle adapter right here. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff you can put in here. See how big they are. Here's a 12-ounce mug or 11-point-something ounce mug as a comparison shot just to show you how big they are. And I got a package of 4 of those. I like the fact they have lids and they stack really nicely, see? And they got the little groove right there so they can stack them all up. That's the main thing, is turning the ground into more and more levels. Put more stuff in there, and then I got a big one right here. Let's open up the big one. There we go. These don't really fit in there. They're not designed to go together, but you can fit one of them in there if you want to put one of them in there and something else, but whatever. So I'm thinking I might put, I don't know, maybe some stray mice in there or something. It just depends on, you know, what the shelf needs. Next up, I got some of the smaller ones here. They're this size, or smaller ones, whatever. So 10 pieces of this, plastic bins, just for all kinds of random things. All right, how about this? Preserved mandarins, yeast, and it's get in there. The perfect size, actually the perfect size for my seaweed snacks. Check that out. So yeah, I like that. I can actually, I'm actually going to keep it in there and put it right back in the cabinet. That'll organize this stuff. I probably won't organize it this way, but I'll probably put a whole bunch of these fancy seaweed snacks in there. I don't know, just much easier than having to dig through, because now you can, instead of like having to dig to the back of your pantry, you can just slide this out and then have access. Now, next up, I really am happy about this one because first off, it's an inexpensive thing here. And putting it together, just a warning, it requires quite a bit of force. So at first I was a little frustrated because I was like, it's not going together. You just got to like, and after I realized, oh, it requires some Hulk strength. Just give it a little bit of force and it'll pop into place and then you can put it together. But you can split it up and have a couple different ones, or you can have, I just made one, you know, tall one. And then it's actually quite sturdy. I put a big NAS on the bottom, like a giant box with a NAS on the bottom, and then just filled it full of stuff. Got some power supplies on there, getting a lot of stuff that was just on the ground and in my way. Just, you can see all these boxes in the background. I haven't organized all those boxes yet, but they're on deck for getting the same treatment. But yeah, it was just nice and it fit right in my closet. So that's handy. Next up, you want to store your controller? Well, have I got the storage thing for you? So this is what I'm going to be using when, whenever I travel and stuff. I want to be able to take one of the Finnick controllers with me, but I don't want the analog sticks to get messed up or anything. So I've just got this. It's like $5 and it fits basically all of the modern controllers, and it's a nice hard clamshell. So yes, thank you very much. Oh, here's my cassette storage. So yeah, look at all these blurred out cassettes. It's literally just, what is this? Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. Don't make me log in. Come on now. Anyway, so yeah, it's just cassette storage. It works just fine. I will say be careful not to tip it because, ugh. All right, next up I got 2 of these big things for, I didn't realize they didn't have any form or shape on their own. You have to put stuff in them and then they will take that shape. This ginormous thing. Yeah, oof. I got this because, I want something to put my nice blankets and comforters in when I move. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be using it right this minute. So yeah, it's just nice to have for the price. It's good. You can put whatever, pillows, blankets, anything like that. another thing that sold out. I think it was probably one of these. This is, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Stop trying to make me sign in. Okay, and then I've got another one of these it's a much smaller one, just for like quilts and little things that I put beside the couch. Because if you're like watching movies and it's cold and all that stuff, you'd be like, oh, I've got one of these. But then when you're done, you don't want it to just be like falling on the floor and everything. So you put it back into this. And yes, indeed. Anyway, let me just remind you once again that we have that $20 off. New users get $20 off if you spend $21. So it'll be just $1 to get $21 worth of stuff. Current users got to spend a little bit more, but you still got that $20 off coupon. All that, again, the links are down below. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much, Teemu, for sponsoring. And I selfishly use this as a way to get myself a whole bunch of storage stuff to clean things up. But I think it's something that we could all benefit from. These practical videos are maybe not as fun as some, but I think that a lot of people could be thankful for them. Or be like, oh yes, and of course. Anyway, see you later.